Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People power.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People.
My name is Beckwood Brown, also known as Optimist or Op. I am a teacher, a civics teacher over at Boston Community Leadership Academy, which is a Boston public pilot school in the Boston Public School District.
Okay. And what's going on here today?
So right now, people are rallying because they do not like the direction that the city is taking in terms of regarding education. So in short, right, budgets being cut. What that means is, I mean, if you talk about BCLA, I mean, over $800,000, but over $50 million BPS-wide. The budget cuts obviously mean less resources, less opportunity for students, as well as teachers that are here being educated in the Boston Public Schools.
So what do you want?
So I mean, there's a couple of things, right? So I mean, you can kind of think of like short-term, long-term. In terms of short-term, what's really being asked is to fully fund schools, right? So at minimum, $50 million going back into that education. In terms of long-term, obviously, we want to better our schools. I think one step to that is making certain those resources are available for students. So, for example, even if I take a look at our school in particular, I mean, we're losing a library. We're losing art, we're losing teachers, we're losing AP courses, things of that nature. And I think when you're thinking about the whole student, or when you're thinking about education, school is one facet in terms of educating people who live within the city, within this country, et cetera, et cetera. And this whole idea in terms of education, I believe, is the purpose of education is really to shift and change our society for the better, right? And so if you are taking money away from them, or taking opportunities, or taking resources from them, that's going to impact us now and also impact us into the future when we're thinking about where our city is going.
So considering, you know, the threat right now, what do you think has to be done in order to defend the schools, defend education?
So one, I mean, I think there's attack on public education, period. Just straight across the board. And so one thing I think in this aspect is kind of like this idea of raising awareness, right? So some people think just because the budget has been put out, there's nothing that can be done about that. And I think everybody here is kind of proven to the contrary. That first, we have to have awareness, include students, include teachers, include people, or even have people in public schools, because this is part of our city and this is part of our community. The second thing is to make certain that people know that it's not acceptable to cut education, right? And so it's sort of like this idea you have to follow the money, and so understand what are the priorities. Education is a priority if you ask anybody, and so now you have to fund it as such. The third, in terms of this idea, I think we still have a lot of work to do within our city to make certain that this education is valuable for every single person that goes through the school system.
Mi nombre es Ada Álvarez y tengo 3 hijos en las escuelas públicas de Boston, y estoy aquí porque no quiero que pase eso, que recorten fondos en las escuelas de mis hijos.
¿Están recortando en las escuelas de ellos?
Sí.
¿Y qué es lo que usted piensa que hay que hacer para los recortes?
Bueno, como ahora dejarle saber al Estado, ¿no?, que no queremos que pase eso y organizarse.
Hi, my name is Simone Cashel, and I'm a sophomore in 39.
Okay, and what are you doing out here today?
What I'm doing out here, I'm here for the budget cut to support BCLA.
Okay, what's going on at BCLA?
I heard they're trying to take away about like 30-something teachers for the budget cut. And I think that's ridiculous to go to some General Electric that's moving to Boston, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think, like as a student? I mean, they're not, you know, you're not going to get kicked out of school. They are eliminating teachers. How do you think that's going to affect you?
Honestly, that's just like losing education. It's like that's teachers like that was there from us since the beginning, since K to high school. It's just like that was their life to teach, and now it's just what are they going to do after it?
Okay. And so what do you think needs to be done to stop the budget cuts?
What I think needs to be done, honestly, we need to do more than one rally, one protest, because I think this one protest, they're really not going to hear it.
They say cut back. We say fight back. Cut back. Cut back. Cut back. Cut back. Cut back.